morning, West Coast, good afternoon, East Coast, and hello to everybody in between and outside. I hope you're having a great day today. It's Ian the Off Kilter Crafter, and it's another Sew Sunday. It's another Sew Sunday. I hope everybody's having a great Sunday. I see in the comments and chat here, by the way, if you're catching this on the replay, make sure to hit that subscribe button down below and click the bell notification icon so that way you know every time I go live here on YouTube or post a new video. Either way. We got a lot of people going in the chat today. We've got Katrina, we've got Ken, we got Barbara, we got Diane, Donna, Barbara. Wait, I already said Barbara. Never mind. So Yarn Arm, Sheila is here, Yvette, Louise, Doreen, Kathy, Pat, Deborah now just subscribed. Thank you, Deborah. Appreciate that so much. G&B, Jackie, Logie, hello. Winter has arrived in South Africa. I'm noticing a lot of people talking about the weather today, and it is, let's see, it is hot and muggy, 83, and we're headed up to 89 today here in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, so it is a very warm and muggy day, and it's cloudy, as you can probably tell out the window. Maybe not so much. It's hard to tell out the windows, but it's muggy today, and it's cloudy, and yeah, not fun. Not fun. Actually, Loki, I would rather it be winter here because I had to turn on my air conditioner, which means that I'm going to have to start spending more money on electricity because it is time to start running the air conditioner. Although I did buy a bed jet, which is basically like this fan air moving thing that you can put onto your bed, which supposedly is supposed to help with temperature control. And I have found that I've able to decrease the amount of air conditioning I use by using the bed jet, and it's really nice. Not sponsored, by the way. They don't even know that I bought their product, but I like it and I'm using it. So Marty's in Myrtle Beach. Hello, the Confident Quilter. Gladys is here. Thank you for being here. Norma is here. Mary is here. So Terry is here. Hello, everybody. I'm so glad that y'all are here today and spending some time with me. Let's talk about a few things. Let's talk about some stuff. We wrapped up Piazza. If you are a part of, I'm looking in my screen so I can see, sorry. See, you want the shirt? I love this shirt. I was so glad that I got it when I went to Disney World last year. I didn't actually go into any of the parks, but I went to Disney Springs and I bought this shirt while I was there. So, Katrina says my AC has been on for months. Mine has too, on and off, but I've been able to mostly keep it off. And I want to keep it off as much time as possible. Laura, this is my first time catching you live. Hello, Laura. Thank you for being here. I appreciate that. Loki says, I prefer summer. Fortunately, winter lasts about 3 to 4 months here and no snow. It's a rarity when we get snow here. So, okay, Cotton Cuts, Puzzle Mystery Quilt. We wrapped up Piazza. Y'all saw that last week in my video, both in the live and then also I put up a video for how to put the whole quilt together. Well, we are getting ready to start the next one. It always seems like when we finish one, it's time to start the next one. Let me switch over. I'm going to show y'all. If you haven't taken part in the Puzzle Mystery Quilt, it is a block of the month that basically you don't know what it's going to look like until month 10. It lasts for 10 months. You don't know what it looks like until month 10 because in month 10, they give you the directions on how to put all the blocks together into a quilt. It has been so much fun. I have really enjoyed doing the Puzzle Mystery Quilts, and they have put up the colors that they're going to be, the colorways. You get to choose what colorway you want to do, but they put up the colorways for the fall 2023 Puzzle Mystery Quilt. If you want to check out this, what I'm looking at, you can head over to, cottoncuts.com/get-started. And you can see everything. So there's the small size, which is going to be 48 by 60, and it will be $19.25 a month. Or you can get the large size, which finishes at 72 by 72 and costs $29.50 a month. Hey, Katie, welcome. Hey, Mary. Candy's here. Yeah, so I haven't chosen which colorway I'm going to do. Cotton Cuts has reached out to me and they asked if I would be a part of this one. So I'm excited to do some more tutorial videos for the Puzzle Mystery Quilt. This one is themed as Carnival, and it's themed as like the vintage older carnival from like the early 1900s, basically. So that's what they're going with for this one, and they don't have any names listed with the colorways this time, because if you are in the Puzzle Mystery Quilt group or in the group on Facebook for Cotton Cuts, they have a poll going on, and we're actually helping them choose the names for this. So let's see, Louise, where did you get that beautiful holder on the table next to you? We'll talk about that in a second. We'll talk about that in just a minute. Good, keen eye on that. So we've got all these colors, and they're currently working on choosing names for all the colorways. So I know this was this one on the bottom left corner was being chosen as either teacups, cotton candy, or was it Tilt-A-Whirl? I don't remember, but those were some of the names that were popping up for that one. So if you are a part of any of those Facebook groups, make sure to go check them out. I have not chosen which colorway I'm going to be doing yet. I'm still kind of thinking about it, so we'll see. Ian, bottom right, that one. Are you talking about the one in the bottom right here? You're about 30 seconds delayed from me, so I apologize if I scrolled past where I was. So it doesn't help that we don't have names on them yet. So anyways, those are the colorways. The blue one. Okay, gotcha. So those are the colorways that we are looking at for the carnival, and I'm hearing a rumor. I believe Kim has said that there will be another colorway making an appearance later on. That is not 100% sure. I have heard Kim say it. She's the owner of Cotton Cuts, by the way. I've heard her say it, but I don't know. There's not been confirmation on 100% on that. So Flick Chicky says, I'm very sad there's no black and white or Halloween theme this time. The closest would be this this one right here in the middle of your screen, which has the gears. It's like a steampunk kind of feel to it. So that's the only one. Let me see if I can open this one up in a new tab. Yep, there we go. So that's the closest to like a black and white or kind of like spooky vibes. That's the one that is kind of the closest to that. By the way, if you right click on them, you can actually see this one. It actually displays like what what fabrics it is. You can actually like, oops, that's not what I wanted to do, my bad. But anyways, you can download those pictures too and see what the colorways are. So lots of colorways. Yeah, there's a lot of them. There's a lot of colorways. There's 15 of colorways. So, and there's possibly another one after this. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. Yep. Tim Holtz Grungy. That is absolutely right. So those are the colorways that are available right now. Keep your eye out on. There may be more appearing later on. So. If you're interested in checking out the Puzzle Mystery Quilt, I forgot to, let's see, when does it? It is going to be starting, oh, it said it right there, May, I don't know how to control the things. I don't know how to drive the computer. The next sign-up start up May 26th at 7 a.m. Central Standard Time, and you're going to want to be there at the Central Standard Time of 7 a.m. because some of the colorways do sell out within, I've seen them go, usually it takes a couple of hours, but I've seen some of them go for in like an hour, the first hour, and they're gone. So just be aware of that. So May 26th, 7 a.m., head over to the Cotton Cuts website and sign up for the Puzzle Mystery Quilt. I will have a code to give y'all a free gift with your first clue. So be on the lookout for that. More than likely, it's usually my name and then the theme. So more than likely, it's going to be Ian Carnival But let's wait for the official word from Cotton Cuts. But more than likely, it's going to be Ian Carnival. Even if you don't know what the code is, normally if you just like say, hey, Ian sent me, or hey, I'm watching Ian's videos, or hey, Ian, you know, whatever. If you mention my name, normally they're going to give it to you anyways. But let's get the official code from Cotton Cuts and we'll see what's going on. So, yup, lots of stuff. That steampunk, I made a quilt from that fabric. It was an elephant. Oh, that's really cool, So Terry. That's awesome. Flicky Chicky, ooh, goodness gracious, says, yeah, it's okay, but not my favorite. But I'm a hunter, excuse me, and there's always a commercialized Christmas and blue and red. Yeah, absolutely. I do notice that there is always the reds and the blues. Reds and the blues and the Christmas, because those are more popular holidays. I'm happy to be doing Aster from Village Green. I just finished Clue 4. Your Clue 4 shipped out on this past Friday. It is making its way to your mailboxes as we speak, and it should be there sometime next week. I did a video on Clue 4, which will come out next week. Or, excuse me, on Monday, not next week. Monday. I was thinking about something else, which we'll talk about that in a minute. All right, so somebody mentioned my wonderful tool holder here. My friend Jim, the Gentleman Crafter, he surprised me. Oh, my iPad just turned off. He surprised me with a little thing that he made. He made this for me, and he even you can even see my logo on the front of it here, and my monogram on the front. And you can actually pick these up, which is really cool. I'm going to try and bring this a little closer. There we go. Look at that. Look how cool that is. So he made this super cool little storage container thing for me, and I actually was needing one because I had my scissors floating here on my table. I had all of my my seam roller, all the different things were just kind of floating here on my table, and so I was whenever I needed to move all my stuff, I was having to pick it up and, you know, shift it, and one item at a time, basically. Not one, but pretty close to it. So instead, I'm now able to store all my items in here. I got some pins and some tape in there for paper piecing. I've got my glue stick for paper piecing. I've got my scissors. I'm still kind of figuring out like what pieces I want to put in there, but look how freaking cool that is. I love it. So thank you so much, Jim. I really love this organizer. It is so perfect for my tabletop, and now I can just like have everything stored in here, and when I need to move it, I can just pick it up and take it away. So very thankful for that. Thank you, Jim. I love it. Go check it out on social media. He is the Gentleman Crafter on social media. I was going to say on Instagram, but on all of his social media, he is the Gentleman Crafter. Jim, make sure to go check him out and tell him how cool how like amazing he is at what he does, because that's so amazing. It is made out of like a wood. I can't tell if it's it's not balsa wood because it's stronger than that, but it's chipboard. I was trying to say chipboard. I think it's like a wood of some kind. I don't think it's chipboard, but I could be wrong. I was definitely not like a constructionist, any of that. So yeah, it's pretty awesome, and I love it. I freaking love it. Let's see here. Jackie's also doing Aster. Awesome. Flicky Chicky says, I love Aster colorways, but the fabric is awful to hand sew. I'm sorry to hear that. I haven't had any problems while I am sewing with it on my machine, but that's my experience. I'm gonna hand sew you said the 4-letter word, hand, so no thanks. But I'm happy for you. If you like to hand sew, I am happy for you, but I can't imagine like hand sewing this gigantic quilt behind me. That would not happen. It is sturdy, absolutely, Ken. Oh no, sorry to hear that, Flicky Cheeky. There you go. Joan says, I love the boxes. I may have to have my husband make me one. He is a woodcrafter too, and it looks great. It is really awesome. I love it a lot. All right, so let's talk about what we're going to be doing today. If you have joined me in the past, you know that I have leftover scraps from my Mad Hatter's Tea Party quilt. And I like a lot of scraps. This whole bin that is off camera, this whole bin right here, you can't even see, like it's full. Maybe balsa wood, that may be right. All of these scraps, not down here. Ignore this down here. This is just my table, basically. Oh, I forgot to talk about that too. We'll get to something else here in a minute. I have a whole bunch of scraps from the Mad Hatter's Tea Party, and I've been doing a process that Tiffany, if you head over to Tiffany's Quilting Life, you can check out her video where she does what she calls puzzling. So basically what she does is she takes her scraps and she just starts fitting them together like a puzzle and finding out places that they work and where they fit together and all that kind of stuff. So I've taken up her method of puzzling to create some scrappy blocks. I did use a paper piece template for this pineapple block. So, I've been putting these together basically, and at some point I will start arranging them into an actual quilt. I said scraps. I did say scraps, Donna. I've been working on putting these together, and we're going to continue working some more on just doing some scrappy work. I'm going to throw these onto the ironing board over here. So we're just going to work with scraps some more today. But before we do that, I forgot to mention one thing. The wonderful people over at Legit Kits have been working incredibly hard to get the block of the month out to you early. So if you have ordered the block of the month, they are in the process of getting those shipped out early and into your pretty little hands super fast. So be on the lookout for the block of the month, the first month getting to you very, very soon if it hasn't already hit your mailbox. I know that they were busting butt because the response has been so incredibly positive for the block of the month that they are getting everything out. And with that, I wanted to show off what I have been working on. Now I will say the paper is still very much on, I'm working on removing the paper, but I have finished my color vortex. Ooh, doggy. It was a lot, but I love it. I love the result that came out. I don't have enough space to hold it all up, but it has been coming along great, and I am now completely finished with it. So it is great. Very beginner friendly for paper piecing, and I love that. I love the way it looks. I have been working, one of the best things about this project is it has given me an excuse to work on points, getting those points to line up. So it has been really crazy trying to work on those points. I didn't get all of them, but I'm very happy with the practice it gave me trying to get those points spot on. So if you are interested, you can check out legitbom.com. You can order the color vortex, and if you use my affiliate code Ian, I-A-N, I almost tried to say I and Ian at the same time, Ian, you'll get 10% off your first month, and that does give me a small commission to help my channel out. So it has been, the color vortex is a work of art. It is beautiful, and I'm so proud of it. I cannot wait to get it over to my quilter so she can start working on it. There's so much paper to take off, guys. So much paper. But, okay, excellent. Thank you, Donna. Donna says the month 1 is hitting mailboxes on Monday. So, yeah, be on the lookout for that. Let's see, I'm catching up with comments here. That'll look adorable. So, there's a lot going on with the block of the month, and I have received some comments about this becoming a legit kit channel. I promise you that is not the case. I am still going to be doing a whole lot of other projects. I wanted to get that block of the month out because I wanted to show it in its full full glory, and I love it. It's great. But I hear you loud and clear that you don't want this to become a paper piecing channel, and I promise you that's not what I'm going to be doing. And I wanted something different today, so I want kind of a palette cleanser, if you will. So that's why we're going to be working on some other. My light is a little too bright in my face. Like, I'm literally seeing that ring light in my face, in my vision all the time. I'm going to turn it down just a hair. That's a little better. That way you can still see me. Yeah, that's much better. It's not like blah, blinding my eyes. So, all right. So I'm going to be working some more later today on pulling out all that paper because there's still so much paper in there. But for this moment, what we're going to be doing instead is we're going to be working on these scraps. And I have some half square triangles. I have larger half square triangles. I have a whole bunch of different things. Absolutely. Flicky Cheeky says, I like the color Vortex, but I would try it in shades versus multiple colors. That would look really cool as well. And you can buy just the pattern. So that way you can implement that. So anyways, my throat is really, there must be like some really bad allergies going on down here today. Palette cleansing, absolutely, Donna. That is what I'm doing today. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to start sewing these half square triangles together. I also got a pinwheel block as well that I'm just kind of throwing some pieces together and seeing what sticks, if you will. I don't know which way I want to do this. I think I'm going to do it that way. So anyways, how's everybody's Sunday? I've got to talk about one more thing before the day's over with, but I'm going to leave that towards the end because I'm going to talk about next Sunday. But we'll talk about that when we get closer to the end of this video. Or not video, but what is this called? A live stream? That thing. Don't you love it? Love it when my brain farts. Just get all the brain farts. My brain's like, no worky. No worky for you. Hey, Tiffany. Tiffany's lurking. This is usually around Tiffany's nap time. Are you going live today, Tiffany? And usually I do the ASMR with her. Hello. Welcome to Sewing ASMR. My name is Ian and I'll be your host today. We're doing sewing stuff. Just kidding. Oh boy. It's my one day off until the 24th. Goodness gracious. I am very sorry to hear that, and I hope you have more than one day off before the 24th, but goodness gracious. I remember what it was like. At one point when I was going to college, I was working 4 jobs at one time. Woo. Ooh, that was fun. Katie says, all that I have to do on my piazza is add the border. I'm so happy with how it came out. Yes, Tiffany will be live later today, so make sure to go visit Tiffany's channel later this afternoon / evening, because she will be live. Reading all the quilts. Or all the quilts. Geez, all the... I don't know what I'm saying. At this point, my brain is fried. That's what I'm saying. At this point, my brain is fried. It's been a very productive weekend for me, but I'm like, just my brain is not wanting to work for some reason. I just have not been there. It's been like, you want to actually have a logical thought? Ha! That's a silly thing. I'm like, thanks, brain. Thanks. Appreciate it. Could really use the help, but cool. Got it. Ooh, an otter hound. Awesome. I really want a golden retriever. I really want a golden retriever someday. I think golden retrievers are the best. I've actually, as I've grown up over my lifetime, I have changed my, like, what I've chosen different dogs that I want. I've, like, preference choices, I guess. My preference has changed on what dog I want. I've never had a dog. I've never had a dog of my own. My dad was allergic to dogs, and so we couldn't ever have them. And I don't want to get one right now because I live in an apartment, and I would really like to just be able to, like, open up the back door and let my dog go outside rather than, have to take the dog out. I would do it, absolutely. Like, don't feel like I would not let a dog out, but it just makes it more simple when you're not living in an apartment to be able to just, open up the back door, let the dog go out, or have a doggy door. So I would love for that to be the case, but it's not going to happen immediately, and the time will come when it is right. Candy says Goldens are easy to train. Excellent. I've talked about this a few times, I think, on here. I would like to get a, changed work Golden Retriever. Those are, I may be getting the terminology wrong, but it's basically a Golden Retriever that was in a program to be like a guide dog or a service animal, but they didn't quite make it because they were too friendly or, just couldn't, or easily distracted or anything like that. So that's what I want to get. Pat Boo is here. Hello, Pat. Everyone's saying hello for Tiffany. Pat Boo says, beautiful quilt behind you. I agree. It is the Piazza quilt. I freaking love it. I really, really love it. It came out so good. I think this is my favorite quilt from the Puzzle Mystery Quilt so far. It's just gorgeous. Just gorgeous. Man, it is getting dark out there. We're not supposed to have storms until like late this evening, 10 o'clock or so. But it seems like it just keeps getting darker and darker. Do, 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 do. I've made this beautiful creation right there, and I'm just gonna keep creating. Excuse me, I'm so sorry, guys. My favorite dog is the American Eskimo. Oh, that's interesting. I've never heard of that one. I have a Maltese. She was a senior from a shelter. She's reaching 13 now. Bless her heart. She has a hard time with stepping down into the backyard. Aww. Kay Watson says, I had a golden retriever right after my husband passed away. A perfect companion dog. That's what I'm looking for, is a companion. Somebody who will snuggle on the couch with me. Although I don't have a couch. Y'all are in my living room right now. This is, what you see behind me is my living room setup. I do not have a couch. I did that intentionally, though, because I like to sew, and I, sit in front of the TV and sew. I apologize. My throat is a little scratchy from the drainage of allergies, so. Getting up them is harder. Short legs. Man, it's gotten darker and darker out there. My best dog was a mutt that someone left in our car. In the 60s, people parked and left their windows open when they went to the store. We returned and found a cute puppy in the back seat. She was a sweetie. Aww. I remember, so my dad, one day he picked me up from school, which my school was very short distance away from his work. Excuse me. So he picked me up from school. We went to his work for a little bit, and it was close to my birthday, and so they had some classmates had given me some presents, and I had left them in the back seat of the car, and my dad didn't lock it up. This was in the 90s. My dad didn't lock the car because he said we were just going in there for a little bit. We ended up being in there longer than he expected. And so when we came out, they were gone. All the presents were gone. So that was a bummer. But, you know, hopefully whoever got them needed them more than I did, apparently. I don't even remember, because I asked the person that gave them to me, like, what was in them. I don't remember what it was. Obviously, it was nothing that was, like, life-changing. But, yeah, my dad would leave his car open all the time. Okay, I've made a strip of half-square triangles. Look at that. Look how cool that is. This is going to be a crazy quilt for sure. I don't even know what the official like definition of a crazy quilt is, but this I feel like is going to fit that definition very well. Because there's a lot. There's a lot to it. My iron is not very warm yet. Should have waited. Oops, I put two colors next to each other. Well, no, they're two different colors. They're similar, but they're not the same. I thought they were the same. Keep my iPad active so it doesn't go to sleep and I lose all of your live chat. There we go. Now my iron's getting hot. So I entered my bananas quilt. Y'all know which one I'm talking about, right? The banana one, right? I entered that into a digital show, and I have to say I got one of the nicest rejection letters out of it. I'm going to try and remember to put it into my monthly wrap-up for May. She was really nice. She was really, really nice about it. But she's like, we can't accept it because it's got profanity. I'm like, fair, fair, fair. It was actually one of the nicest rejection letters I've ever gotten. So I was like, it's fair. It's fair. I can deal with that. I can deal with that. I think your quilt will look a lot like the Jen Kingwell one I made. Oh, cool. I'm literally, for puzzling, you just kind of throw pieces together, and it's real scrappy, it's real, you know? So that's what I'm doing. I'm just throwing pieces together. I also entered the bananas quilt into 2 local quilt shows. I'm waiting to hear if it gets accepted into that. And then I've also decided to break out one that I have not entered in shows. I finished it in 2020. It's on my Instagram account. It uses Crimson Tate fabric. And it's a whole bunch of pencils and pencil shavings, erasers, all that kind of stuff. I decided to enter that one into some shows locally. And I am going to call it Pencils Down. I felt like that was a good name for it. Shelly says my Jen Kingwell one looked like organized chaos. Yes, that's pretty much exactly what this is going to look like when it's all said and done. Is chaos. But I think it's because all the fabrics kind of work with each other. I think it's going to be just fine. Oops. I always forget to, because the Martelli cutter has that lid on it, and I always forget to open it before I use it the first time. And I'm always like, oh, right. Whoops. Whoops. When my son graduated from college, he got a black lab puppy mix. 3 years later, you guessed it, he became ours. He's going on 13 in the fall, but his hind legs and hips are going. Awesome. Oh, not, they're going. I thought you meant like still going. That's what I was thinking. Not that they're going out. Sorry about that. Brain fart. So I've added a bottom to it, and now what am I going to do? Do I want a solid? Do I want some fairy flakes? Pull this one out. Ian, have you decided how you're going to quilt the one behind you? I am looking more at the quilting than more at the quilt than at you. I'm right here. No, just kidding. I'm planning the quilting for you. I have not decided how I'm going to quilt it yet. I'm going to take it over to my quilter at some point, and we're going to discuss what, because normally I normally let her choose what the quilting is, because she's amazing. She's amazing at quilting. And so normally I'm just like, you decide what you want to do. And that's usually what happens. That's usually how that works. I'm like, meh, whatever. So I think what I want to do, I'm going to see if I can find another, what if I did, yeah, I think I want to do this. We're going to do a little fun thing, maybe. We'll see if it's fun. So if I go here and here, okay, so if I cut it like here-ish, I'm going to cut it a little bit bigger than my actual piece that I'm working from. Oh, I just did it again. I forgot I closed it. That's what happens. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Flicky Cheeky. G&B says, I love your puzzling piecing. Thank you. It's fun. I'm finding how fun it is to do the puzzling. Normally I like very structured, like this, and I'm finding that doing it more kind of sporadic is fun. It is a little crazy, but I'm having a lot of fun with it still, so I'm gonna, oops, it was up on my armrest of the chair. I'm gonna take my pen. This is a heat pen, so it'll go away with heat applied. Do not put this in the center of your fabric. I have learned over a little bit of time that it can cause some problems. So don't ever put this pen right on your fabric that you're going to be using. Like in the seam allowances is fine. Don't put the pen in where it's going to be visible, because A, it will change the color of your fabric. I have found that out the hard way. And B, it can come back in colder environments. So if you're going to be using the heat pen that erases with heat, make sure to put it in the seam allowance only, and don't put it in like the center of your block unless it's going to get covered up or something like that, because it can and will end up either bleaching. The blue pen does it the worst. The blue pen will bleach the material, and so it changes the color. And then also it can come back in cold environments. So now I'm going to take this over to the iron, and I'm going to iron it. You're probably like, what? Thinking like, what is he doing? I don't know. I thought I knew what I was doing, and now I'm looking at this going, well, I don't know if that was right. I don't think it was. I don't think it was. Well, that's okay. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter because it's just going to be a part of the quilt. Yeah, I probably should have done something differently there, but I don't know what. Oh, I know what I did. I know how I messed that up. It's fine. It's fine. Let's see if I do this way. Yeah. Okay. Okay. I see what I did. I see what I did, and I know how to not do that. Well, maybe I know how to not do that in the future. Dang. Did y'all hear that? That was loud. No patterns, no plans, no rules. Just follow your gut. Yep. That's what's happening. That is what's happening here. And it's ending up all kinds of crazy. That's what's happening. Oh, man. I'm okay. Goodness me. Ooh, all right. Me and chairs, they just don't get along. Joanne says, good to know about heat pins. I use them all the time, but in the seams or somewhere it won't show. That is the best thing to do. Do not use them like straight on your fabric, because then it will end up, it could end up, being bad. Could end up being bad. Ian, I did do it again. Ian, I have used those to mark on the front side of my quilt, and they came out in the wash. That is good to know. Hello, Irish Sail Lady. Welcome. Ian falls out of yet another chair. I did. I did indeed. It's just what happens. I found water removes the pins. Stains worse. Oh, interesting. Hello, St. Augustine, Florida. Loki, yeah, Ian is back. Yup. I am back. I am back. Somebody will have to tell Becca that Ian was on the floor again. It's not just there. Ian falls on the floor anywhere. Oh boy. So I might get a chance to go to So Yeah later this year. It sounds like a work trip of mine is going to be taking me out to Vegas. It's still not 100% confirmed yet. I'm waiting for final confirmation, but if I end up getting to go out to Vegas, I'm going to be making a, that I'm going to be making a stop at So Yeah, because I've never been there before. Jean says, I had 2 Goldens and they were the easiest to train and the best dogs. Aw. Donna, you missed it. You missed me falling on the floor, but welcome. Ian's first brain farts, and then the Bernina burps, and now Timber. Yup. Yup. Exactly. Exactly right. All right, we're going to put that there. Oh, interesting. Flicky Cheeky says, I wonder if it's climate related. I'm in a hot desert, so heat pins fade in a day usually. Yes, that's usually, I mean, that would make sense because if you're in a desert with the high temperatures, those pins, I know if I left something out, like if I left a quilt outside with those pins in them, or markings in them, it would fade away in the heat, in the height of summer. Because it can get like 102, 103 here easily. So I feel like that would be, I feel like that would definitely do it. Hey gang, Luane is here now. What are we up to? We are doing puzzling. This is a method that I learned from Tiffany's video on just randomly sewing things together. Like I have a whole bunch of scraps and I'm just randomly sewing all my scraps together basically. That's what's happening. So now I have something that looks like this. Let's see. Mama Harden is here. She says, hello, everyone. Hoping all is well with everyone. So far, so good. You just missed me falling out of a chair. That's all. You know, just the normal around here. What to use besides pens to mark? I don't get a chalk pen. I did get a chalk pen, but I haven't used it yet. I use Taylor's chalks. So they're like the square or rectangular pieces of chalk. I'll use that on a... But there are some quilts that I try not to mark on because I'm not going to wash them. So I don't want to like put a mark on it and have it not, you know, I don't want to mark on it because it's not going to come out. Oh, my iPad just turned off again. I was on the line with So Yeah the other night. My eyes are smiling, but my wallet says, ouch. I'll watch on the replay. I have been getting close up and personal with Jack. I keep doing something backwards. Uh-oh. Oh, why am I don't need to... That's wrong. Not doing that yet. All right. I will see you on Hello. From the past Ian to the future Donna. Washable color pencils. That's the other thing. I've heard the like Crayola colored pencils will work. You can use those because those will wash out as well. I use Elmer's glue all the time to do glue basting, so that would make sense to me. I am going to have a video coming out soon on some products that I bought that I think will apply to this, so be on the lookout for that. We'll talk about that towards the end of the day. Ian, do you use rulers to quilt? I do not actually quilt all that often. If I'm doing quilting, most of the time it's straight lines. And I'm usually just eyeballing them because if I do straight line quilting, it's going to be on my Bernina. For actual quilting, I usually hand it over to my quilter to do because I don't feel confident enough to do my own work. I have done... Like she has a computerized machine, and so I have gotten confident enough where I can do the digital designs, and I, you know, can set it up and get it working, but I have not actually done like free motion quilting, if that makes sense. So this is what I've got. Let's see how I can turn this into something. Gives me plenty of space. Yeah, let's do that. Let's grab my ruler. My mom taught us to use soap to mark our fabric, which is basically tailor's chalk, which is shaped, which basically is tailor's chalk, which is shaped to create a fine line. Absolutely. Notice how much trouble I had trying to get all that out. Okay, so I need to go there and I need to go there. Got it, okay. So, this is almost exactly 12.5 by 12.5. How awesome. Or not. This is, yeah. I can't talk today. This is almost exactly 12.5 inches, so that's awesome. Excuse me. I think I'm going to have to do a little trimming. We'll figure it out. I've had blue tailor chalks not wash out entirely, so I don't use it. That's fair. I usually use white tailor chalks. I have the whole set, but I usually use the white one whenever I'm marking anything, because for the most part, the white seems to wash out okay. Hi, June. We're not in June. Just kidding. I know you're talking. It's fine. I'm just kidding. Just kidding. Nancy's here. Hello. Becca always has songs stuck in her head, and I have one stuck in mine right now, and I'm just like bopping along to it. All right. Actually, I need to go back. I'm going to trim because I have a pretty substantial seam allowance on this side, so I'm going to go back and trim off what I don't need. And then I'm going to work on trimming the rest of the block. Or it's not necessarily like a block, it's like pieces. Hello, Mona. Better late than never, absolutely. You can always catch it on the replay if you want, or you can, I mean, you don't have to watch my videos. I don't expect my subscribers to watch every single video that I do ever. I know we all have lives and, you know, things going on, so I don't want anyone to ever feel like, oh, I have to watch every single one of Ian's videos. I mean, I appreciate it for sure, but please know that it's not a requirement for everybody to watch. I don't even watch all the videos that I subscribe to from other content creators, so totally get it. Somebody else said hello. Auntie Ella is here. Hello, good morning. Melody is here. Hello. I'm just now making bulk flying geese. Oof, you're a brave one. Nadine is here. Hello. Okay. Okay. Let's do. Yeah. Okay. Okay. I think I can do this. Yeah. Okay. So what I'm going to do trim it down here. I'm gonna hold on to this because I think I can still use some of that. So I'm gonna hold on to that. Oops, I'm gonna hold on to that. And now I want to throw something onto the edge to make it, because right now it looks like this. So I've got like missing over here and I'm missing over here. So let's add something to it. And I'm seeing if these yellow stripes will work. By the way, folks, I got my notes back from the quilt show because remember my quilt went off to South Carolina. I got the judges' notes back and I was like, were you looking at the same quilt I was looking at? Like, this was honestly the worst. And they weren't bad, but this was the lowest score that I had received on this quilt. And I was just like, were you looking at the same one I was? I don't know. Sheila says, I screwed up the Lone Star with batik, so I'm doing a Scrappy wall hanging now. Oh no. Lily says, what if this is your life? I don't know what that was in response to. Was it the song I was singing? Bold geese are easy to make 4 at a time. Oh, awesome. You'll have to teach me. Ian, the quilt behind you is absolutely beautiful. Thank you. I know, it is stunning. Cotton Cuts did an amazing job. I love the fabric selection that they made with it. It's so pretty. It's so pretty. Samantha says, good evening from Aberdeen, Scotland. Just hand sewing, binding on while I watch you and F1. Awesome. Anyone got their Village Green Clue 4 yet? As it shows, it was shipped on the 4th. It is coming to you. You should get it this week. Let's see. Yeah, it should arrive to you this week. I got mine, but that's because I get them a little early so that I can work on videos. Let me get this a little higher up. So you're in Scotland, are you? That's not a very good Scottish accent at all. I just need my ancestors to give me the Scottish accent. I am English, Irish, Scottish, and a little German. That is my heritage. Flicky Cheeky says it's usually 2 to 3 weeks before she gets her clue. Ken says, I can't imagine how much better the other quilts must have been to grade you so low. They must have been perfect in every way. I was a little surprised, to be honest, with the comments. I was like, oh, huh. I mean, okay, but what? And they weren't bad. Like, it wasn't a bad grade, but I was just kind of surprised. I was like, wow, okay. It's a little surprising. But every quilt judge is so subjective. Like, you never know what they're gonna ding you on. And so I was like, oh, okay. I mean, cool, but like, what? And of course we all, like, I don't want to sound like I'm like, oh, my quilt is amazing. Like, there's some problems with it, for sure. It was just surprising to me how some of the other judges had been like, oh, this is so wonderful because of this, this, and this. And she was like, meh, this isn't good because of this, this, and this. And I was like, oh. I mean, fair. Nothing she said was inaccurate. It was all correct. But I was like, ooh, okay. Hello there. Finishing up my quilt from the Stephanie's retreat last year, but no judging. No judging at all. Never judging on here. The quilt behind you is gorgeous. Thank you. And the block you're working on right now reminds me of it. Oh yeah, it kind of does. It kind of does look like a circus tent a little bit. Little bit. I can see that. Ironed in a crease. My bad. That wasn't good. Don't you hate it when you do that? I do it all the time, and I'm like, dang it. Dang it. That's all right. And I did it again. But that's all getting cut off anyway, so it's not a big deal. How weird is it that this live is being interrupted with commercials? Oh. Interesting. Okay. Got a commercial in my live. Well, that's weird. YouTube must have changed some settings. That is a new thing for me. Huh. I'll have to go see if they have released any like notes on new features. I'll check that out after the live today. Seems like everyone's getting a commercial. Interesting. Interesting. Linda Denton did not get a commercial. Interesting. Though remember, everybody, YouTube is a advertisement company that just happens to show videos. Just as a reminder. Just as a reminder. I'm just a hair short on this side, so I'm gonna throw I think I can use one of these. Goodness gracious, 3 commercials interrupting the feed. Wow. That's a bit much, don't you think? YouTube's like, have all the commercials. Oh, Cheryl, it doesn't get commercials because she is a YouTube premium, basically. Ad and then a survey. Ooh, okay. That's a new one. Ad and then a survey. What do you know? Yep, Pat Boo, that is, if you pay for YouTube, that is why you did not get one. Because if you pay for YouTube Premium or, you know, YouTube Red or whatever they're calling it these days, that is why you did not get one. I know, Ken says, oh, Ian, that must mean you made a whole 3 cents. I don't even think it's that much, Ken. I think that's being generous, to be completely honest with you. 3 cents would be, like, amazing. Woo! Got a little overzealous with my rotary cutter there and almost flung it. So Terry says someone down at YouTube headquarters is mad that they're having to work on a Sunday. you you win for best comment there, so Terry. Oh my gosh, that's hilarious. Best comment right there. That comment wins for today. Thank you. Thank you for that. Okay, thank you, thank you, thank you. Bye, bye. Let me ask if that's. I'll go back. I'll go into the settings and see. Like, I'll go check. I'll research this and figure out if this is something that is like new, and if I have control over it. I may not have control over it. YouTube may be controlling it. If I have control over it, do y'all want me to turn them off, or can I keep them on? I don't know. I don't know if I can. Like, I've got to see, because I know that I have some control over advertisements and like where they go in videos and lives and stuff like that. So let me know if you're, if I can turn them off, if I'm allowed to turn them off. Do you want me to turn them off? Or are y'all okay with keeping them on? There we go. I'm just curious. I'm an informal poll, if you will. So there's that. That's looking pretty cool. I kind of like that. June says, gotta go, Ian. Your quilt is awesome. Thank you. It was short. It didn't bother me. Good to know, Barbara. The live ads are new and can't be fully turned off. Dang. Well, shoot. Oh, hey, look at that. That's basically a 12 by 12 or 12 and a half by 12 and a half. If it helps your channel with revenue, it's fine by me. I don't mind them. I just thought I'd lost your feed. If it helps you, keep them in. Only if it helps you. It's okay. You can click out of. Okay, good. Terry, thank you for telling me. That's what I was most worried about, was that they weren't like clickable outable. You couldn't click out of them. But that's good to know. Cool. All right, so there we go. Like I said, I'm going to do more research and see if I can keep them on or turn them off. Don't mind the ads. It's better for you. Thank you. I really do appreciate that, guys. I really, really, really appreciate that. All right, so there we go. This is Ken, second win of the day. Makes for good time to go for a pee break. Absolutely. So there we go. This is a 12 by 12 block. I kind of like it. I like it. So we're going to put that one off to the side. And shall we work on another one? I think so. We should work on another one. Makes for a good time for a pee break. That cracked me up. I love that. I love that. I love it. All right, let's pull this fabric. I don't know what I'm doing. So Terry says, I love that block. Thank you. Very creative. From Pat Boo. Jones says, don't really bother me either way. I usually turn them off anyways. At least they pick up the live feed where they fell. Oh, that's good to know. It's good to know that they pick up the live feed where it stopped off at. I still feel like I could use like this little bit. Very pretty block. Love the colors. Thank you. Have you decided what to put on the back of your quilt yet? No, not yet. I haven't decided what to put on the back of this one yet. still in the works. Circus tent, absolutely. Everybody's going with the. I guess when I talked about carnival, I guess I kind of picked up subconsciously on the carnival circus kind of vibe, accidentally. So we're gonna go with that. And now we're making like a smaller one. Mary is here. Hi, Ian, and everyone in 3. That block was really nice. I'm so glad. I'm glad you liked that block. It looks, I'm pretty happy with it too, to be honest. Pretty happy with that. I feel like I need to cut across. Let me pull this. Chat, not 3. I don't know. It happens sometimes. It happens. And you're like, where did that come from? And I'm like, I don't know. Random messages just popping in. Trim that there. Yeah, we're gonna trim that there. We're gonna put that in scraps. What time is it? We've been live for an hour and 12 minutes. Can I fit that one on there? I'm just playing around with these scraps to see what works where and how. Is this the same green? Does look like the same green. What if I add some more green? I think I'm gonna add a little more green. What is my neighbor upstairs doing? It sounds like he's moving furniture, is what it sounds like. He has the weirdest schedule too. He will disappear for a week or 2 at a time, and I'm like, are you alive? I hope so. I hope so. God, if he knew I talked about him on my channel, I would die. I would literally die. Did y'all see those awesome clothes everyone was wearing at the coronation yesterday? Yes, I did. And can we just talk about how beautiful the future queen was looking? I'm just saying, the princess, she was looking pretty good. She was looking rather royal, if I do say so myself. I'm just saying. I probably could have used that one instead, but that's fine. So this is, I've made like a little, I know that it's washed out, sorry about that, but. Sorry, dragging you around to do laundry. Whee! Whee! Wah! I'm just kidding. Love Charlotte's white dress and coat. It was stunning. I just gotta say, like, the future queen, she was looking pretty amazing. what am I going to cut this down to? I think I'm going to cut this down to... Do I want to cut it here? All right, I think I'm going to chop it there. We're just going to make, we're going to stop procrastinating and getting into decision paralysis, and we're just going to chop. We're just going to go and just chop and be done. I had to do a double take of the woman in blue walking in front of Charles, as I thought it was Princess Leia. Yeah, Pat Boo, I feel ya. I feel you. I did not watch, but I did catch the recaps of everything, basically. And I'll say, like, the future king and queen looked more royal than the royals did, if I do say so myself. Like, they looked more like king and queen than the king and queen. Just gonna put it there. Love seeing the Cavalier King Charles Spaniels with the little crown. Oh, I missed that part. Look, it's a little itty bitty one. Like, I kind of made it own little, like, separate block. Now what am I going to do? I don't know. Let's do... Let me iron this first. God, I feel like I need to pee, but I swear I peed right before I went on live to make sure that I didn't have to pee while I was on live. And here we are. I'm like, I do not like him. I still think he had something to do with Diana's death. I am not going to speculate or get into any of that. Because, yeah. I don't think that the monarchy should continue to be relative in our modern world. I'm going to leave that all alone. I'm not going to touch that. Would rather William be king? Agreed. Okay. I'm going to be quiet now. Oh, I think I want to do this. I think I want to grab... No, I don't want to grab that. I want to grab... Someone talking to me? Stuff going on. There's stuff happening. Okay, we're gonna... I watched the replay of the coronation. Families from Scotland and England. I grew up with stories with Churchill and the royal family. Ooh, interesting. That's what 126 million pounds buys you. When you said future queen, I thought you were talking about Camilla. Sorry, but I don't like her. My sewing machine is my king. My quilts are my prince and princesses, and I am my own queen. There you go. There you go. No, I was not talking about Camilla. Not talking about Camilla. Not in the least. We're just gonna leave that there. Queen bee. My featherweight is my queen bee. Absolutely. Did anyone Did anyone see the commercial here on YouTube saying not to all run out and get the King Charles Spaniels, adopt other pets which need... Absolutely. Oh, that's interesting. It is appropriate in dogs. It's interesting what gets censored in some places and not others. You know? Correct. B is not a cuss word when referring to the animals, but you just never know. Notice I can't say it here, because even though it would be, we're talking about dogs, can't say that. Can't say that, because YouTube will not like it. YouTube would be like, no ad revenue for you. And I try to keep it family friendly on here too, so. And yes, I know I would be referring to the dogs, not to the bad words, but try to follow the rules. So jealous of everyone's featherweights. I have a vintage Bernina, would love a Singer too. I just love the vintage machines. It's kind of cool to have one, I'm just going to say. I never thought I would have one, and I'm just so lucky that I get to have one, you know? I love my featherweight. I just brought her out yesterday. Did anybody else go to Becca's? I don't know if she's still live or not, but did anybody else attend Becca's Whatnot sale for VIP members? I was on there before I went live today. That Whatnot is a pretty fun platform. Gets you really competitive. You're like, I want to bid on all the things. You know? I'll just do that. All right, here's what we got so far. Oh boy, my son was wound up. What have I missed while listening to him? Just a little bit here from there. Susan, I just got home from church. Welcome. I am working on puzzling blocks. This is a method that I learned from Tiffany, from Tiffany's Quilting Life. She basically just takes scraps and starts throwing them together. Pat Boo says, I'm not VIP. That's okay. You do not have to be. She's going to have 2 more sales soon. I'm sorry to hear that, Mona. Auntie L said it was too early for me. That's fair. There we go. So Terry says, I never thought I would jump on the featherweight train, but I do love it. It came my way at a price I could afford. I have a collection of vintage machines, but I sew on her every day. That's awesome. Yeah, there were some technical difficulties. For someone who was tired, he was very talkative. Goodness gracious, Katrina. Okay, what am I going to do next? What do I want to do next? I don't know what I want to do next. Can I put 2 of these on here? Ooh, it's darn close. wonder if I add like a little itty bitty strip. Okay, that's what we're gonna do. We're going to do that. T from T Quilts was doing this last night on her live, but she was doing smaller pieces. Yeah, I have some pretty big pieces in this scrap bin, and so I can do some much bigger pieces. I'm back to using my Viking. My poor Bernina needs first aid. Uh-oh. So now, oh, I need a little strip. That's what I need. Let's do a little strip of color, the color that I haven't done yet. Ooh, let's do, oop, that may be too small of a strip. Yep, too small. Too small. Let's do a, yeah, okay. Trying to find it. Anna says, hi Ian, just getting on, woke up an hour ago. Whoops, working on quilting for my mom now. Love listening to your lives as I work. Awesome, thanks for joining me. And that is the British spelling of mum. So are you in America, or are you, like, if you woke up this late in England, goodness gracious. It's like the whole day. God. Susan says, I love the quilt behind you. Thank you. This was the Puzzle Mystery Quilt Piazza. I love this one too. It came out wonderfully. I cannot wait to get it quilted. Flicky Chicky says, my old singers are both at the machine spa. Hopefully you get them back soon. I know I go crazy while my machine is at the spa. I'm just like, I want to do stuff. I have been madly sewing for the past couple of days. I've been really trying to get that color vortex done. Really wanted it done and off my project list. So that I worked on that a lot recently. Anna says, America, I used to write stories based on UK and have a lot of spelling hangovers. That's a good way to describe that. Spelling hangovers, I like that. I was curious because you use the MUM, which is not typical English, American English, I should say. So I was curious. 'Tis a puzzlement. Hey Ian, I just got my new KFAF Bernina. Any tips on how to take care of it? I would recommend oiling every couple of bobbins. I usually do it like every 2-3 bobbins usually. These are big bobbins, so they go a long way. Take it in to have a spa day once a year to get it cleaned, you know, do all the typical maintenance on it once a year. That really helps it. My technician says that I'm doing a really good job taking care of it, and just love on it. Do all the she's a good machine. She's a good machine, and she will treat you well. Talking with each other. Oh no, Susan, I'm sorry to hear that. All right, so this is some more. Let's see, how big is this? Just slightly over 6.5 inches. Let's see what else. What else do I want to add? I like that. Let's add that. 'Tis a puzzlement. Oh, is that where that's from? The King and I? I should have known that. Should have known it. My grandmother and I watched that long, long ago when I was a kid. We watched the movie, The King and I. Another ad popped up. Good to know. Four commercials. YouTube really is being disruptive today. Goodness gracious. Seems a little overzealous if you ask me. Oops. Sometimes when I hit a bulky seam, sometimes my machine doesn't like it all that much, and so it wants to fight me a little bit. Fight me! I dare you! I need a new machine, but I love my 10-year-old machine that has never been serviced and still going strong, even after I knocked it over. Goodness gracious! And I do really. It's the cleaning frequently. That's like one of the most important things, is making sure to clean your machine frequently, so that way you don't have a large buildup happening in your machine. That's really what it is, to be 100% honest with you. Or that's what I have found in my experience, is as long as you're cleaning it and oiling it, that's like the biggest thing for me. So I added a strip on there. Ew, talking about poop. Goodness gracious. Apparently the ad was talking about poop. How wonderful. I get poopy ads on my channel. My next machine will be a Juki or a Janome. What do I want to add next? I'm trying to figure out what I want to add next, and I don't know. I swear that was lightning just now. Sacks. I want to work with hexes, but not supposed to look down yet after my cataract surgery. Yeah, don't do that yet. When I had my sinus surgery, I couldn't bend over, and dropping things was really annoying because I couldn't. I had to like figure out how to get it back up without doing the things. Guys, forgive me. I apologize. I'm going to run to the restroom really quickly. I'm about to pee my pants like this second. So give me just a second. I will be back after a quick bio break. So hang on for just a second, and I'll be right back. I'm so sorry. Okay, I'm back. I'm so sorry. I literally went to the bathroom before I went live to keep that from happening, but it was yeah. It's like gotta pee right now. So sorry about that. Anyways. All right, so let's do, I think this is ooh, it's just short. Just a tiny bit short. I wonder if I can add, yeah, I can add this. I'm gonna add a little strip of color to it. Oh no, unstitching, Ken, that sucks. Had to clean mine after sewing batting together. It was a fuzzy mess. It's funny because I'll forget to clean. I'll be like, oh yeah, I should probably clean it now. And I'll open it up and there's like so much fuzz in it. And I'm like, oh goodness. It is true. It is true, but I try to take care of that before I go live, so that way you aren't sitting in silence for a moment like that, because it's a little awkward. I'm like, sorry guys, I gotta pee. Must have been my commercial, oh poop. No, I think it was the coffee. I think the coffee hit my bladder, and my bladder was like, hey, it's time. We gotta do the thing. Okay, all right, sorry. Do 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 do. I feel like adding on a larger piece here in a moment. Let me see what this sizes up to, and then we'll see if maybe not adding a larger piece might make sense. Oh, my iPad turned off again. Just a 16th or 1/64th of an inch. Just step back, it'll look fine. Oops. I did that on a couple of places on my color vortex. It was just a hair off, and I was like, you know what? I'm leaving it. I'm not gonna worry about it. Not gonna worry about it. Oh my gosh, Pat Boo just got my Everglow stripe bundles. It's so pretty. It's so pretty. It's so pretty. That I bought a jelly roll with it, and I store it in my closet, and every time I open up the door to my closet, I'm just like, it's like falling in love over and over again. I love it. Love it. All right, so this is a little bit bigger. I want to use, maybe I can use a piece of this. Ooh, yeah, kind of like that. I want to use this one up here at the top. I want to use the one at the top, and I'm gonna keep the selvage out of it. So yeah, I'm gonna do this. Gonna do this one. So I have a big piece of the Alice, and I'm gonna add that onto the side here. I think it'll look really cool off to the side. We'll see. I honestly could buy bolts and bolts and bolts and bolts of the Everglow and the neon fabric. It's so pretty and I love it. So, I mean, y'all know I love big bright colors. Y'all see me use them a lot here on my channel, and oh, it's so pretty. So pretty. I love it. Love it, love it, love it, love it. All right, so now time to trim. Grab my ruler. And I am cutting it a little big because I want to give some flexibility. Because if I need to trim anything up, I can do so. And this is a perfect spot to trim at because there was I had cut here before, so might as well use what I've already done and just continue that line, you know? So that's what we're gonna do. So now I have more of this fabric. There we go. That's what it's looking like so far. I love bright, bold colors too, and that Everglow and neons are just, oh, they're so pretty. So pretty. All right, so now that's at 12, perfect. So now I need to just build this up a little bit. So now I'm gonna trim up here. Trimmy trim, 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 trim. Trim that up there. I just bought the elephants, giraffes, and lion yardage. Some might be blasphemy, but I did a burp cloth out of the blue elephant. That's cute. I think that's cute. The blue elephants for a burp cloth, I could totally see that. All right, so this is almost 12 and a half. Let's grab. Ooh, this is good. Yeah, that's gonna go across the top like that. Oh, this is gonna be perfect. This is going to be perfect. Ah, that moment when you think you're done binding, just to realize you lost bobbin chicken and on an entire side. No, Lily, I'm sorry. Hate it when that happens. When I was working on the color vortex, I thought I was, like, I had 2 more seams to go, and then I looked over and I realized I actually had 4 more seams to go, one of which being like the longest seam across the entire thing. And so I was like, oh, because I was like, yes, it's almost done. And then I went, oh, well, nope, never mind. Still got like a whole bunch more to do. It's fine. I got it finished. It's fine. This is fine. Every time I turned on my machine to work on that quilt, though, I had to make sure that my seam I had to like triple check that my machine was set to 1.5 or stitch length of 1.5, because otherwise I would have kicked myself. It would have been horrible. Hate losing bobbin chicken. It's the worst. It's the worst. Does it really glow is the question. I don't really care. I'm with you, Ian. I love, love, love the color. It doesn't really, does it really glow? Is the, no, I don't think no, it does not glow, but it does, because those neons are so bright on there, it just sings. It's so pretty. So pretty. I love those neon colors. I knew you already knew that. Just apparent. I want to clarify for those who don't know, Everglow does not actually glow in the dark, but it is very bright colors and very pretty. All right, there we go. So there's another block done, and it does have a big bar. Why did you? Hello, seam. Are you not paying attention? The seam decided to go opposite the rest of the seam. Hello. But there we go. There's the block in its finished state. It does have a bit of a color bar at the top, but I'm okay with that. Whenever this goes for quilting, that would be a perfect spot to like highlight some quilting in or whatever. I have a solution for keeping my hands busy. Eat popcorn. There you go. There we go. All right. So there's, oops, turning it the wrong way. There we go. There's another block up at the top. All right. So there we go. Another block done. We've been on for an hour and 47 minutes. I think that should probably be good for today, I think. So I made 2 more blocks today for this craziness that is going to happen. Greetings, I accidentally ordered 2 fat quarters of Tula Everglow. Oh, darn. Not. Absolutely. Jackie says, I never realized how much of a difference there is between a 1/4 of an inch between brands. Started Piazza on my brother and finished on my Singer patchwork and when the brother died. There is so much of a difference between a 1/4 of an inch on all kinds of machines. My Featherweight and my Bernina have 2 completely different 1/4 of an inches. But as long as you're being consistent, that's the important part. The blocks have been turning out so pretty. What size are you doing? So most of my blocks are like 12, 12 and a half. I know I'm going to have to kind of like work on them because this one's 12 and a half by 12 and a half, I think. So this one's 12 and a half by 12 and a half. Yeah, this is 12 and a half by 12 and a half. And then this one's just shy of it. I think it's 12 by 12. Yeah, that's 12 by almost 12 and a 1/4. So they're a little bit different sizing, but yeah. So this is the first one that I made today. And then this is the second one that I made today. So there we go. 2 more blocks added to the list of crazy blocks that I'm working on. The other ones are a little bit, some are a little bigger, some are a little smaller, and I'll figure out how to fill in the gaps as we go along. I really like the one with the side with the face. Excellent, I'm glad, because I kind of threw that one together in all kinds of mess, but hey, it worked out. I did get the Everglow elephant in pink for my granddaughter and the lion in green and the fairy dust matching mint green. No idea what I will use them for. You will find something, I promise you. Holy cow, I slaughtered those sentences. That's okay. I am dyslexic. I know what you were trying to say, and luckily enough, I can fill in gaps pretty easily because of that. So that's good. I still have like a lot of what am I trying to say? I have a lot of strips of these butterflies, and I'm still trying to figure out what I want to do with them. So. Gorgeous, very creative. Thank you so much. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Thanks for hanging out with me. Let's talk about next Sunday. Next Sunday, I will not be live. I will unfortunately not be doing a live video, but here is a question for all of you. Do you want to have I'm going to put content out there. Do you want the content to be a video that just, is available at a certain time? Or do y'all want to interact with each other in a premiere video? I will not be able to attend the premiere, but I want to give y'all the option so that way if y'all want to chat with each other during the premiere, you will have that option. So do you want just a video that pops up at some point during the day on Sunday, or do you want a scheduled premiere that will happen so that way y'all can talk to each other? Let me know. Let me know. Candy says, send me the butterflies. I might. Give them to Tiffany? I might. She might be getting those. Although I want to figure out some way. Butterfly strips would make beautiful borders. I did that on my Daydreamer quilt. LaWayne says a premiere. She would prefer a premiere to happen. Very happy with the bundle. I bought 2 colors of the elephant and the giraffe. Not fond of the entire line. The circles make me feel like I have to fussy cut. Fair. Very fair. Premiere. I see. So Terry says that she would prefer a premiere. See if anybody else weighs in. Might make a pretty pillow. That might make a pretty pillow. Could do strips of the butterflies to make a pillow front. Candy says a premiere. So it's looking like everyone is interested in having a premiere. So that's what we're going to go with, it sounds like. So be on the lookout. I'm going to get a premiere video scheduled for next Sunday, same time, same bat time, same bat channel here on my channel. So be on the lookout for that. Hey, Adam, welcome. Loving the Tula, thank you. Hey, Joyce, welcome. So next Sunday, I will be doing a premiere. I was contacted by Temu's influencer team. They wanted me to join their influencer team, and I'm here to tell you guys, I do not put anything on my channel that I do not use, do not want, do not, like if I don't use it or want it or use it, or if I do not use it or want it or whatever, I do not bring it to y'all, because we all feel that push on YouTube when our favorite content creators put in an advertisement on their channel and you're like, there's no way that you use that product or that thing, There's no way that you do that. So I try to keep everything I try to keep the authenticity to my channel. And so when Temu reached out to me, I was like, okay, I'm gonna see about this. So next week's premiere will be my experience with Temu, and you will find out if I liked it or if I did not. I'm gonna leave it there. But let's just say that I got a lot of stuff from them, and you're gonna have to see if I liked it or if I did not. 'Cause there was a lot in that order. There was a lot. And I think you're gonna be surprised by the results, to be honest. I certainly was. I'm gonna leave it there. So I'll get that premiere set up probably later today and scheduled. And whenever it does get scheduled, remember you can click the bell notification icon to get notified. And on that premiere video, you can also get reminded. There's like a remind me button on it. You can actually go in and click that button to get reminded when that premiere starts. But it'll be the same time that I normally go live, 1 p.m. Central Standard Time on Sunday. I'll make sure to schedule it at the same time so that way you know what's going on. They are all over the place right now, Candy. They are. It is a big marketing push. You are absolutely right. So check out my video next week to see if I liked Temu or if I did not like Temu. So I think that's gonna bring us to the end of today's video. Thank you guys so much for hanging out and joining me today. I always enjoy hanging out with y'all and doing some sewing, so I hope everybody has a good day. Candy says, clothes-wise, I guess the sizes are on the teeny side from what my daughter said. Remember that they are in They are based in, I think, Ireland, but they get their stuff from China. So the Asian population is obviously much smaller in body measurements compared to America. So, anywho, all right, everybody. I hope everybody has a great day. Remember, guys, normals just the setting on the dryer, and I will see you in a premiere this coming Sunday, and I'll be back live. I should be back live the following Sunday. So I hope everybody has a great day, and remember, guys, normals just the setting on the dryer. Bye. You know, I totally hit the wrong button. That was the wrong exit screen. It was supposed to have, that had a black box instead of me in there. It was, yeah, that was the wrong button. I really need to clean up this program so I know which screen is which, because that was not the right one. Okay, for real this time. Bye, everyone.